another time with Tutor IO, fantastic tutor. When you talk of sustainable development, what do you understand by the said term sustainable development? Discuss. Sustainable development discourse. Talk of sustainable development. What do you understand by the said term? Climate change. Of climate change. What do you understand by climate change? So we have our next question. I'm getting some nice responses already. Awesome. Yes, yes. Let's keep the answers coming. Wonderful. Now, from the word climate, we're talking about weather. All right. So when the weather changes, when the atmosphere changes, when the climate changes, all right, we are now looking at it on the level of human influence. Are we together? Now let's put it into a proper structure. When we talk about climate change, we are simply referring to that long-term change, all right, in the pattern of weather. Are we together? Regionally or globally. And this is due to certain human activities, or it is influenced, this sudden change or this change in climate for a long time is influenced by human activities. So we have that. When you hear of ecosystem or ecological system, what comes in mind? Ecosystem or ecological system, what comes in mind? Ecosystem. Let's keep the answers popping in. Also, awesome. Wonderful. Excuse me. Ecosystem. Yeah, we all have spoken well. When we talk about an ecosystem, we are saying to that community, all right, occupied by living organisms. These organisms could be animals, plants, and microbes. All right, any living organism at all occupy, inhabits this community. Are we together? And something very unique happened in this system. This living organism responds, react community. So we have that as that. Let's take a step further. When you hear of conservation, all right, when you hear of preservation and conservation of the environment, what do you understand by that? Conserve and preserve the environment. environmental conservation and preservation discourse. Also, when you hear of conservation, all right, we are simply talking about that process that involves, all right, the sustainable use of natural resources. All right. Speaking of uh, wildlife, all right, they are talking about conservation. But as far as preservation is concerned, we are talking about the maintenance, all right, of these natural resources. So we have that is that. Now let's take a few more questions and we'll call it a wrap for tonight. It says traditional environmental knowledge. What do you understand by tech? Traditional environmental knowledge. Tech discourse. Traditional environmental knowledge. Tech discourse.